Hi everyone, I'm Amena and welcome back, explorers, to my vlog. Also, if you happen to be new here or are a repeat visitor, be welcome. Be sure to also look at the description below for all credits given. And with that said, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Okay, so before I continue, I'm going to get changed. Okay, I am back, and the last movies, or whatever, I want to talk about are actually Star Wars. And Star Wars has actually been around since 1977. And the first 6 films of the uh, Skywalker saga actually were done by George Lucas, I think. And the last 3 uh, were done by Disney? Well, either way, in a way, the story is done. It may not be done quite the way George Lucas wanted it, but let's face it, he kind of sold the rights to Disney. So who knows? Either way, since Star Wars, since the Star Wars movies started, there have been multiple movies after it, and there's been a couple cartoon series like Droids and Ewok Adventures, um, and of course, we can't forget that there have been comic books and games and books. Well, for Doctor Who and Star Trek, those two also have had games and books and comic books, I think. Well, either way, a lot of things have happened, and all 3 series have had at least 1 or 2 princesses along the way. And um, Star Wars, I don't know. Does Princess Leia count as a princess? Uh, well, it's in her name, right? So Princess Leia, that, that's a that's the thing, right? Anyway, uh, there have been multiple movies beyond the Star Wars saga that we all know. Um, Either before, during, or after said saga, there have been multiple books. Some talking about or origins and whatever, and there's lore up the wazoo. Some of which is canon, and some of which was canon, but no, isn't. I'm confused. Oh, oh, and the best part, Earth is actually part of the Star Wars universe. Only it was called something else, and apparently it was the world that gave rise to humanity across the galaxy, but the homeworld is no longer in that universe because it was cut off and sent to a different universe? You know what? I call shenanigans. Was it a black hole? Or was it something else? I say the Millennium Falcon did it. Okay. In all seriousness, there are people who say that the only Star Wars movies that count are the prequels and the original series. In a way, yes, I could see where it could have ended there, but to me, growing up and watching it, I felt like the story was incomplete. Um, and then we have the sequel series. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm not gonna watch that because it's not true to the original artist's vision, and it shouldn't have ended that way. Rey should never have taken the Skywalker game." You know what? I thought it was perfect. A perfect ending. Rey did not want to continue down the path of Emperor Palpatine. She didn't want to be that. And the ones who trained her, uh, the ones who trained her, treated her like family. They knew who she was, even though she didn't know. In the end, she chose to honor them by taking their last name. Both of them are gone. Who's going to take up their mantle now that they are gone? Every Skywalker was gone, dead. So, the best way Rey could honor them was to call herself Rey Skywalker and carry their name and pass it down. So there would be Skywalkers in future generations. So, in a way, the way I look at it, it's a perfect ending to a very long-winded, shall we say, space opera, because that's what it is. So, yeah. And yes, I'm one of those people who don't care who wrote the original story as long as there is a good ending to said story. I don't like stories that feel incomplete. I mean, why? Why would you end it feeling like there should be more? Well, that's how I feel about it, at least. But either way, let me get back to my normal outfit. So give me a second. I'll be right back. And now that I'm back, I think I'm going to end this episode here and leave you all with this. If you have been enjoying my content, please feel free to leave a like and or subscribe. You can also leave a comment down below in the comment section. Be sure to hit that notification bell because YouTube doesn't always like to share. Be safe, be healthy, and as always, be true to you.